Good morning. Good morning. I really appreciate when I get feedback or comments or individuals use the messenger that's on the website. But when I get questions, they're always interesting. And I like to, maybe share a couple. So I got one that said, "Hey, I'm following you. What's your platform? How will you protect your constituents from the current fascist takeover?" Another individual: "I'm so tired of this two-party system. All it does is divide us. I'm also tired of the propaganda. I am a very fact-based person. Also, show me the receipts." And another individual: "Will any other Democrats back you?" So, first and foremost, I'm non-party affiliated. I'm here for legislative authority for citizens. I'm trying to do something completely different. So let me be clear. I'm not looking for political partisan backing from any party whatsoever. I want it from the citizens. I'm about to walk out my door here after I shoot this video. And I'll tell you what I see when I get out there. I see people when I go through the store have to look at the price and decide if they should buy it. I've seen going to the gas station, $5.33. Put on a little gas thing. This is people. These are citizens who have to think about how much they can spend. It's so important to me that citizens understand legislative authority and the power that I want to give you. My message has got to be bigger than the person. I don't want your money. But I do tell you that, hey, I have a petition that is on my website, www.legislativeauthority2026.com. It's on the website. It costs 10 cents. If you're in the Orlando area or around the Orlando area and you want to go to the Supervisors of Elections office, it's going to cost you 10 cents to turn that petition in. That's pre-filled out, because I pre-filled it out for citizens. And if you tell me I don't have 10 cents, I will meet you there with my change bag and we will turn that paperwork in. That's how important the ideal of legislative authority is: the ability to control your elected official. You got to consider that in our current system, if something goes right or if something goes wrong, the representative gets to say, "This is what the people wanted because I am here." Now, if you don't want that, there's nothing you can do. That's factual. It will take time. That's the nuance. Because somebody will say, "Well, no, we can vote them out in 4 years." You can. In 4 years, you can change or make a change, but not in immediate action if you understand or fully informed. We're going to be in a place where citizens can make immediate actions on things that maybe we thought would work for us and we found out it didn't. Hey, citizens have decided that they want a piece of legislation to retract this piece of legislation because the impact was something that they didn't understand collectively when they voted on it, or they don't like how impactful it is in a negative way. I am here for citizens. I'm not a politician. If anybody asks you, did he run for a district? No, he didn't do any of that. He graduated high school at 17 years of age, got educated in the United States Navy, got out the Navy after 22 years, and decided to, you know what? He wanted to see something different, so he wanted to be the difference that he wanted to see. And he's decided to run for governor of Florida. That's it. That is it. What I would like citizens to do is to decide if having legislative authority is bigger than who the representative of it is. Legislative authority needs to be bigger than me. I would love to visit every single county, but it's expensive, and I do not want to ask citizens who I know are struggling for more than the dime it takes to go to your local supervisor of elections office and turn the documentation in. That's it. That's for you. Yes, if you turn that document in, you do not have to remember how to spell my name. I'll get a bubble on the ballot. Otherwise, you have to write my name in. That's what it means, is wanting legislative authority, the door open to power for the people. Do you want to see what it is? Do you want to experience it? Do you want to get to a place where, hey, are we all in agreement? If a constituent, if an elected official is saying that this is what the people wanted, then what's the difference in letting the people vote on it? What's the difference? Because then we will know for sure that we all voted for what the people want. That's why it's important to me. I'm a conduit. This is my resume. I'm putting my resume out verbally. You will see me in the Orlando area. I am going to Palatka County on May 23rd, 24th, or 25th, one of those days, because I was invited to an event they're having. So I'm going to go support and meet people. Absolutely. I'm going. You give me something that's going on in your area where I can meet people, hand out my card. I even understand. I got these little cards, and I'll just break it out. When I go around, I have these cards that I give out, and it has my information on there, who I am, and on the back, it has a caption. Well, an individual told me, whoa, I have to be nervous about the capture because a lot of people don't trust the capture. The capture, yes, it takes you to all of my information places. So what am I going to do? Because, yeah, I have these. Yeah, I'm going to keep on passing them out, but I'm going to put my website on the bottom of it now, just to ensure that, hey, if you don't want to click that capture, because right now you don't have the trust that it's not going to take you to some bad thing or download something terrible on your telephone. I understand. I'm in IT. I have an IT background, so I totally understand your reservation for wanting to do the capture. On the back of all of my paraphernalia, there's my capture on the back. I'm always trying to represent myself because I'm a citizen, and citizens deserve representation. I just never, in my 42 years, and I won't even say 42 years, I will say in about 20 years as being, what I would like to consider 20 years of being a full-fledged adult, I've never seen a politician want to give a citizen authority over them. I've only seen politicians ask citizens to put them in a position of power. That's it. I am a citizen advocating for power for citizens. That's what I am. That's what I am. And 100%, yes, because I'm entering the political realm, I will be considered a politician. But at the core of my message, at the core of legislative authority, and if you can't see it, that's what you need to tell me. Because when I put that website together, it was to simply show you how you're going to be powerful as citizens, how you're going to not just have to believe in your representatives. You can believe in yourself. It's a lot that can grow from legislative authority and how it's utilized. It just needs to be put in place at the highest level. That's the highest state level, which is governor. I would ask you, for anyone who's running for an office in your district, hey, would you support legislative authority for me to have authority over all of the decisions that you make? I think y'all need to start asking those questions from every single one of them. So you need to know that when you vote for me, when you put me in office, did you put also people who would be willing to also allow you to be in charge of them? Legislative authority is important. Citizens having power is important. They're synonymous. They're going to work together and be cohesive, because we're going to work together and be cohesive. When I go out here to do the errands I need to run, drop off some things at UPS, so forth and so on, I'm going to be amongst citizens, not politicians. I'm going to be amongst people who may be paying attention. I sat down today and explained to an individual this morning at ESO Fitness, I said, hey, something that's very interesting is the Atlanta Fed rate and what they have just predicted. And we need to be really paying attention. I even broke it down, what it is, because everybody's not paying attention the same, and it's okay. If you know it, teach it. If you're willing to listen, I'll talk about it. But it's important to also have an avenue. So while you're on the way to learning, there's something available when you get there. And the avenue that I want to create is legislative authority for citizens. With all the questions that are asked, I do want to be as facts-based as possible. That's why I look up my references. But there are times when I'm just, like now, explaining to you who I am in the interactions that I do have. If you know somebody that needs to get 10 cents to turn in your document at your supervisors of elections office, just ask me. And I will see if I can put it on the schedule and get there. But if you're in the Orlando area, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Because it's important to me that the idea of power for the citizens is bigger than the representative that's talking about it. I want to know if it will spread. If you can make it spread. Hey, if we had the power, would that be something that you want to do? That's what you should be asking your friends and family. That's what you should be asking them. If it is something that you can do, then let's turn this paper in and at least give it a chance. At least give it a chance. Because we have a ton to lose. We have a lot to lose. Because we're all still breathing. So we have a lot to lose. There is a lot of hardship that could come. I just don't want elected officials to keep saying this is what the people wanted, and then the people saying, no, I didn't want all of this. And then there's no recourse for taking away the parts that you didn't want, because that's exactly what legislative authority is going to allow us to do. Hey, we don't like this piece. This piece right here that you put in here, it has an adverse effect on us. So either we can keep the legislation because we remove this piece, or we're just going to have to remove the whole piece of legislation altogether. That's where we're at as citizens. That'll work for us. That's legislative authority in a nutshell. So what am I going to do for constituents? What am I going to do for citizens that want this and that will allow me to represent this? I'm going to ensure that you can always represent yourself. You guys have a great day.